Hello everybody, my name is Arun Jacob and I'm a licensed immigration advisor who is based here in Hamilton in New Zealand, and I own a company which is called AJV Migration, and we help prospective people from different parts of the world to come to New Zealand and make this their home. A lot of work my company and my team and I do pertains to people who would like to come here as students and utilize the pathway of studying in New Zealand and then eventually getting the post-study work visa and then finding employment and then going on to become residents in the country. So because we deal with quite a lot of student clients, one of the questions they ask me is, can you guarantee me a student visa if I come and work with you through your company? And my answer to that is nobody can guarantee a student visa to New Zealand, and not even an immigration officer who works with Immigration New Zealand can guarantee a student visa. What is required for you to successfully get a student visa is that you need to match the policy that is written down. It is law, and it says that if you are able to match certain criteria for grant of a student visa, you will certainly get your student visa. And I will not get into the legal technical terms of what these requirements are, but I like to kind of play around with words a little bit and come out with my own definitions and answers which are easy to understand. So in case you're looking to get a student visa, I think you require four very important components in your application. And these four important components can be defined by the four alphabets of the word visa itself. So there is V, there is I, there is S, and there is A. And according to me, the V stands for verifiable funds. So when you're coming here to study to, in a good institution here in New Zealand, you need to pay the tuition fees, plus you also need to have adequate funds to take care of yourself while you're here in New Zealand, and these are called living expenses. So you need to have funds which are available to you to pay your tuition fee, as well as have adequate funds to take care of yourself while you're staying as a student in this country. Yes, you will be allowed to do part-time work and you can earn money here, but the immigration department does not want to take that into consideration and assume that you're going to get a part-time job and that you're going to have enough to take care of yourself. So what the immigration department does is that they will want to ensure that you have the required number of amount of money to be able to stay here comfortably, because nobody would like a situation where students come here into New Zealand and then they're suddenly without any money, and then they have a rent to pay or food to eat and all those kinds of funds. So the V in the visa stands for verifiable funds. You need to have funds which can be verified by a visa officer, and which are in the form of a bank deposit or some fixed deposits or a loan you have taken, and so on and so forth. So V stands for verifiable funds. I, according to me, stands for impressive English. Now, New Zealand is an English-speaking country, and we are talking about students who are going to come into an English-speaking environment, and your studies are going to be in English. Your environment is largely going to be English. Your part-time work environment is going to be in English, and post your study, you're also going to be looking at finding employment and working here in New Zealand, which is also obviously is going to be an English environment. And the government and the immigration department knows that a lot of students eventually would like to translate and pathway from studies into work and eventually into residency. So it becomes very imperative for them to ensure that the students coming here who obviously have a long-term aspiration also have good English. And that is the reason they have introduced the tests like IELTS or PTE and so on and so forth. And they like to ensure that students who are coming here have the required level of English to be able to not only get their admission, but also get their visa sanctioned as well. And immigration is pretty strict on colleges and institutions, and tell them not to admit anybody unless and until a particular level of IELTS or PT is reached. So the I stands for impressive English. The S stands for sincerity of purpose. Now this is not a written down law anywhere, but I think it is more in what is expected. There are certain things that are unsaid, and one of the unsaid things is that when you're coming here as a student, the immigration department and people like us who live here in this country, would expect you to be sincere. And the sincerity has to be in the sincerity of your purpose. If you are saying, I'm coming on a student visa do not come here with the intention that you're going to land here and start working from day one. Unfortunately, there are a lot of cases where students come here and then they start working from day one. They, pick up some kind of a job which might look rosy in the initial days because they're suddenly earning money, and they go and buy a second-hand car and kind of start leading a bit of a lavish lifestyle. And in the process, what do? They stop going to school. They stop going to their institution where they are enrolled as a student, and they actually forget all about the fact that they were a student, and they forget the fact that there were certain conditions given on the student visa, and then they come here and they kind of get into this full-time work. So the sincerity of the purpose is lost, and that is something that I don't think anybody would like. It's like you have lied to the immigration department and kind of lied to yourself as well, and maybe your parents, because you said you're going to be here as a student, but now you're working full-time. So the S stands for sincerity of purpose. So when you're coming here, come with sincerity in your heart, and say, hey, look, I'm going to be a student, and I'm going to do my course well, and post that I'll look at other options like, picking up work and things like that. And the government has created good opportunities by providing the post-study work visa. So don't take the shortcut and kind of go step by step and you'll be successful. The last in visa is A, and according to me that stands for academic or work track record. So you need to have a good academic track record, and some people who already have work experience, they do also come here. So A can be academic and or work track record. So if you are able to prove to the college that you also have a good academic track record as well as a work track record in some instances, your chances of an admission are very good. And also I think a visa officer assessing will also look and say, hey, look, this guy's been a fantastic A student throughout his studies in school, college, and everywhere else. Or if they've got good work experience, an immigration officer is mentally thinking, this guy is got good work experience in a good company, and after studies I'm sure he's going to pick up his post-study work visa and also find employment and kind of look at a longer term aspiration in New Zealand, which is great even for an immigration officer, because eventually the immigration department of New Zealand is there, yes, to act as the gatekeepers to the country, but they are also there to let in the right people into the country, because we need those people. I mean, New Zealand as a country needs to attract a lot of skilled migrants, and that is why the government has got an active skilled migration program. So if you have the skills, do not shy away from letting it be known in your statement of purpose that, hey, look, my long-term aspiration is to find work in my line of industry or the course that I have completed, something related to that, and go on to become a productive worker and a resident and a citizen of New Zealand. Absolutely no problem with that. And in fact, I encourage our student clients to write a good, precise, clear statement of purpose, and we kind of tell them, hey, look, there is absolutely nothing wrong in putting your honest and sincere intentions out there in your visa application. So to cut a long story short, if you need to successfully get a student visa, you need to have verifiable funds, impressive English, sincerity of purpose, and a good academic or work track record. I think if these 4 components are there and they are well presented by a company and an organization that is also professional and can put it all together and present it as a what is known as a decision-ready file to Immigration New Zealand, I think immigration officers would be happy. You would be happy as a client because your student visa will come through quickly, and we would be happy as an organization to have helped another very deserving person to come to New Zealand. So yeah, if you are looking at success in your student visa application, do talk to us, and we would love to work with you and help you to come to New Zealand and make this beautiful country your new home. And thanks for watching my videos. If you have any other queries, please do email us or connect with us on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to keep sharing my thoughts and opinions about migrating to New Zealand. Take care, and talk to you soon again.